Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Titan Tactics. I know it's been a while since we've seen a video like this, but I only try to upload and add new Titan Tactics videos when I know for sure that the formation is a really big success and has the great potential of winning you games consistently, and that is exactly what we're gonna find out today. This is a 4-1-2-3 people, which is one of some of the biggest fun I've had in a long time. Obviously, it does help now for sure that I have some key max players here in the team, most of whom, obviously, I'm not gonna kid myself, are max. It's just that Fernandez and Simon aren't max so far. But yeah, let's hop into it. Let's see how you can play this formation and what things you should keep in mind when you do. Alright guys, so this is a very fun formation to play, as I've said, and I'm just gonna go quickly into the team here, and I'll just really quickly discuss some of the players here before then going on to the gameplay analysis, where I'll be reviewing my own gameplay. Then I'll give you some player alternatives. Now, at the back, we have Simon here on the wing and Patricio. These are both very fast players with high response. Simon is obviously a full package who just doesn't miss. He's really good. He covers a very big area of the field, safe on the ball as well. Patricio's less safe, but he shares most of the same kind of behavioral statistics as Simon. Really good player, nice to, even against volleyball guys, nice to retreat back into the crossers area to intercept the ball. Very nice player there. Then there is Keen. Beside him, Max Keen is obviously a fantastic player. Very risky to play the ball to, that is for sure, but you'll never want to play the ball to him because next to him is Sierra. Now, this isn't everyone's cup of tea, but I'm going to tell you why Sierra personally is a very important player here. So first off, he is someone who can receive the ball, so you can play him the ball, he can go up the field and create. He's a good player in that regard. So when you have some options lacking and there is only Sierra available around here, you can play him the ball. Also, one of the very important things, more important than that, is the fact that he sticks to his position, unlike Keen and Bertini in defense. If you want to play someone like Bertini or Intruders, is that Sierra, when Keen and the others go upfield, when you're caught out of possession, you've just lost the ball, you'll see that there is Sierra always going to be here. Now, at level max, Sierra has 33 speed, which isn't, anything near impressive, but that is usually enough to at least cover the area and, intercept certain balls whenever they do come his way. Then there is Wolfgang. Now, Wolfgang, max, obviously, as I've said, guys, these players are mostly max, so the potential is even greater here. Obviously, I do understand that if you do not have these players max, the potential is less, but I'm just going to, this is what I have, so I'm just gonna discuss this. Now, Wolfgang, max, yes, 29 speed, just like a commander. If we had to, talk about the difference between the Wolfgang and the commanders, apart from the statistics, of course, which are a bit better here, is the fact that he carries the ball a bit more, which might be risky, but only if you give him the ball in a very delicate area of the field. But even so, he's, in my experience, pretty fine to, enjoy some possession, and even with his added power and skill compared to the commander, he can send balls to your wingers, which we'll talk about very soon. Now, Novak. So we have a few key safe players here, very safe players. We have Sierra here, Wolfgang, and the Hammer. Now these guys are going to be the main ball receivers along with Simon if it comes to it. Now Novak here is very important in terms of strength, shooting capabilities. He's good for corners and really good player overall, but even for offering those key passes to even Fernandez and other players, as you'll see soon. So with these three safe players here in a kind of slanting line, you always have a safe option in most cases, at least, and most of the players have good response to carry the ball and keep it if need be. Beside him is a prowler. Now, you can also play someone like Johnson here, who would be a good player there. It's the fact that the prowler is a much more attacking-minded player. I really love prowlers in my team, guys. And now that my captain is a prowler, I'm using him to attack the area, and you'll see he scored twice in a game in the same exact way. And given that he shoots from a long way out, just like Novak, this is a very good, important kind of trait that we have, if you will, in our two attacking midfielders, is that both of them like to shoot a lot. So if these guys up top aren't in a position to shoot, you can always give the ball a bit backwards to either one of these guys, and you know that if possible, they're gonna crack a shot on goal. Now, for the winger position, Sandberg at max is a fantastic winger. I've always been waiting for this moment, guys, and he is just a very good player. Dribbles slightly a bit more than the Prowler, if you can see here. You can see the dribble rate here for the Prowler is very low, and still Sandberg is still pretty low. So he won't lose you too many balls there, but he's good when it comes to winning possession and just throwing him the ball. He'll try to shoot from somewhere as well, and with his great, skill, power, response, really good player. Nothing to say, not much to say about him. Then there is Bertini, who... Now, I have to mention that I am not a fan of Bertini here. In fact, in a live stream that I just did last week, I played a Prowler there, and I spent an hour and like 40 something minutes playing this exact formation, guys. So do go check it out, link in the description. Just a whole bunch of gameplay. We won a bunch of games, had a lot of fun. And I started like this. I started with Bertini up top, but Bertini isn't fantastic here. He is good in some cases, but he isn't fantastic, and that's why I prefer a Prowler. But the gameplay we'll analyze is with Bertini, so keep that in mind. Now, Bertini loves carrying the ball and going as close as possible to goal to shoot. That's his trait. That's why he's really good in a 5-3-2 up front, in a 4-4-2 up front, because he has less space to run into to find himself on goal. Now, when you play him here, when you play Bertini on the wing, that changes a bit. First off, he has more distance towards goal. Secondly, seeing as he wants to always go in front of goal before shooting, he's going to get tackled more often than not, and without a foul. Funny enough, in my live stream, a bunch of tackles on Bertini were simply with no foul whatsoever. So that is why I am currently preferring a Prowler here, even though we have much less speed to kind of catch people on the counter. But still, I do prefer a Prowler here. Max is obviously better because he has 39 speed, so the speed element is still there. But the Prowler is much smarter. He shoots better, has more response. So that's something that you guys can, play around with. Then, the elephant in the room, right? Fernandes, what a player, guys. In the live stream, he absolutely killed it, and I love Fernandes for a lot of reasons, but one of which is that he loves to pass. Now, this is very strange. His behavior is very particular. There aren't many players like him, apart from Sokolov, of course, but even then he is different because he always knows how to shift his body and shoot as long as he is in the box. He's a very good player in that regard. He also, as you'll see in the gameplay analysis soon, he also loves not only playing the ball back to the keeper, which is a trait that I absolutely love in a striker, it's the fact that he always tries to find his wingers whenever possible. And in a very specific situation, he actually held the ball until Bertini here went in on goal and shot and scored. Really, really lovely football you can play with Fernandes here, guys. Now, is Sandberg here a better option? Now, forget that there's Fernandes here. Is Sandberg here a better option? Probably. I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? Probably Sandberg, given his better speed, and that's the factor that we have to obviously say here. Given that Sandberg has much better speed, he might, and given that the fact that Sandberg shoots from farther away than Fernandes, Sandberg is definitely a better choice here in simple terms. But if you want to play a different kind of football where you use your wingers to score, where you want to recycle possession more, because Sandberg, despite the better things that I said he has over Fernandes, doesn't like passing the ball back. Fernandes does. And when your striker passes the ball back, you can recycle possession. You can keep the ball, you can give the ball to Patricio or Simon or whoever to keep the ball. And after all, guys, if you keep the ball for long enough, you'll hopefully be presented with an opportunity to score. And scoring is something that Fernandes does a lot. Great stats. You could actually, this is an idea, right? This shouldn't be part of the video, I guess, but this is possible. Playing Johnson up top. Johnson loves passing the ball much more than Fernandes, but the problem I have with Johnson is that he doesn't always shoot on sight. He isn't someone who focuses on delivering that final shot, and I want someone with that killer instinct, and Fernandes, if anything, he does that. So let's review some gameplay, guys. Alright people, let's have a look at some gameplay with this 4-1-2-3. And here we have some dude 4-4-2, if you had seen like 12,000 stars or something. Pretty good win rate as well, so yeah. Tough one, and we can already see, guys, Sierra, very safe player, like moving the ball forward. And now a good ball to Bertini, who doesn't manage to do anything with the ball. This has been a running team for me since forever, guys, and that's one of the reasons why I don't really like Bertini in this position. Now, here you can see Simon retrieving the ball without me even selecting him. Then there is Sandberg with fantastic response, keeps the ball directly in his feet, and what a lovely goal. What a very simple goal also, guys, and that goal I did like multiple times in this footage that I recorded. Such an easy and simple way of scoring, but like it's really good with Sandberg, with that great touch, such a good player overall, Sandberg, as a center forward but also as a winger. And here Simon back in action again, playing the ball to Sandberg, and in most cases this is probably a mistake, and here he loses the ball a bit too easily, I'd say. But look, I should have played the ball to Fernandes, because Fernandes would have kept the ball, like maneuvered it a bit, and then probably played it either back to the keeper or immediately to his wingers. And that way Sandberg would have been free to kind of strike. And here, I mean, Sandberg just basically lost me the ball for no reason. I mean, that might have been the software, that might have been a lost ball either way, but we always think of what you could have done in another case, in another situation. Then how good, guys, is the Prowler, like, to keep the ball, like not only keep the ball, but in this case even press well. And here it was just incredible how Simon, I've always been saying how Simon is such a like really safe player on the ball, and in that case he just I don't know, in this case the software was really something to talk about, and the software managed and to do its job, which is give this guy a goal. And I could see it coming from a mile away. My players have like Sandberg running around with the ball for no reason, Simon giving the ball away. This doesn't happen often, guys. And he's also, look, he's still kind of struggling, Simon, and this is a very strange case. But given how like the video turned out and how the game turned out, and why I'm like, the reason why I'm showing you this gameplay is because this formation still, despite that, managed to work. It managed to create a very like important win. So here you go. This is Fernandes. Look at the turn, guys. We have to see it back. So we use the Prowler to, like, as an incursor to kind of dive into position. Fernandes, only one thing on his mind: turn, shoot. That's all. 2-1. What a simple way of playing the game, guys. Okay, now this is a very, on paper, easy game, but against someone who only has one silver medal. But still, this guy was a 5-2-1-2 player volleyballer. practically playing hammers at like at least one hammer up top. Yeah, but I want to show you this game not because it was difficult in any way. You can see the hammer there, but because something happened that I've been talking about in the video, guys, and you'll see very soon. Now here we lose the kickoff bid, which isn't great, but you know, still we managed to get the ball. And here, this is why Sierra is so important, guys, because if you don't have any clear options, you know, like this is, I'm not sure if this is Wolfgang. Yes, this is Wolfgang, but in that situation I might have lost the ball. The Prowler wasn't a good option there, but Sierra here, like Sierra is a safe player, guys, and he spreads play, and such a good safe player to have on the ball there. Now I would be lying if I'd say that there is always going to be a safe player and a safe pass available in this formation. It just isn't gonna happen. Like in some cases there will be situations where you will have to kind of get creative, like we have to like try something, and if it works, it works, but if it doesn't, like if it doesn't rather, you'll have a tougher chance. And now this is one of the drawbacks of Fernandez, because I have to give you a clearest picture possible. So from this distance, Sandberg, if you'd play Sandberg there, he would have taken a shot, no problem, probably a goal also. But Fernandez likes to dribble with the ball. He likes to get closer on goal than you know, he actually really needs to. And in that case, it wasn't a penalty. He just lost possession, which is bad. It's bad, guys. Again, I feel the obligation to give you a full picture here when I like upload these kinds of videos. So yeah, Fernandez is an acquired taste, but you know, you can still have fun and good success while playing him. And this is the situation, guys. This is the situation I was talking about. Simon claims the ball, Sandberg chests it down, and guess what happens then? Sandberg is a fantastic shooter, dude. And this situation here, where Simon latches onto a ball, a loose ball, he just flings the ball to Sandberg, and Sandberg manages to score. That's such a lovely way, like a lovely little trick that this formation has to score semi-easily. So yeah, I love that kind of situation, because it makes for a really beautiful goal too. Now, as I have said in other videos, guys, it's important to press with your attackers here to keep the formation intact. And given that we're playing a 4-1-2-3 here, not like a 5-3-2 or something, this is very important. And here's safe player, guys, Sierra again, just to mention. But I do try a very risky ball that didn't work out. But yeah, in defense, you have to press with your forward players. Even Fernandez, you don't have to even expect to win the ball like this by pressing with your forwards. But in most cases, when your opponent has the ball high up the field, the chances of him winning you the ball, of your forwards winning you the ball, even if your defenders, if you select your defenders, the chances of winning the ball are very slim. So the best thing you can do is just keep your formation intact and wait until, you know, you have a better chance of winning the ball back, and that's Sandberg with the double. So some more gameplay here. We're playing a 4-1-2-3, so 2 4-1-2-3s going head to head here. Obviously I do have the advantage a bit here because I win the kickoff bid, and this guy doesn't have most of his team max like I do. But still, I'm trying to show you guys the strengths and weaknesses of this formation, and I pointed out the weakness of Fernandez, but this is Fernandez in action, guys. Lovely response, diving into space, lovely goal as well, guys, for the 1-0. So again, pressing with your forwards, it doesn't matter if you're not gonna win the ball, but at least you keep your formation kind of whole and you don't leave gaps in your defense. So again, we win the ball back. Fernandez smart, playing it back. There's Simon, who is also smart, giving it to Patricio, who is mostly smart on the ball. Like this formation is very dynamic. A lot of players running into position. It's nice, guys. It's nice to play. I enjoy it so much. And here I was a bit unlucky. Both Sandberg and Bertini were offside, so I guess the software didn't want me to do much with the ball there. Then the Prowler So good, guys. The Prowler, I can't tell you how nice it is to see my Prowler back. My captain, rather, as a Prowler again. And here, this is Fernandez with a shot and a goal. So it's simple at times, guys, but again, you have to really take your chances. Alright, guys, so this was one of the situations I talked to you about when my Prowler kind of moves into position and acts as a kind of added striker. So we already have three forwards in this formation, but with a Prowler moving into position, you kind of have four at times. But again, not gonna spoil anything. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about in a minute. This was quite a simple game as it turned out, and no disrespect to my opponent, of course. He was playing some 4-1-2-3, 4-3-3 something, not sure. But yeah, the strength of look at this, guys. The Prowler here acting, as I said, the fourth striker. So we have Bertini, Fernandez, and here, somewhere here, was probably Sandberg. And Novak manages to draw enough of a ball, like a great ball, true ball, for the shot on target, immediately on side by the Prowler. Really lovely, lovely goal, guys, because when your players dive into positions, giving them true balls, scoring from a distance, so nice, guys, so nice. And this is high pressure defending, as I have told you guys. Look, Sandberg, it doesn't matter. I didn't expect to win the ball, but sometimes you do. Sometimes you do win the ball. And my Prowler latched onto the ball and he just tried the shot on goal. And as it happened, it was the 2-0 win. Now, this was a difficult game. I'm not sure about the formation here. I think we were playing a 3-5-2 against this guy. So, yeah, difficult game. For obvious reasons, he had, 3-5-2s, overpowered as they are. Plus, also he had max players as far as I can tell. I don't remember though. So, it's because it's important, guys, to show you even games where I struggled a bit or where maybe I committed some mistakes. And yeah, now we get the ball with Keane. Top player, Keane. Fast, strong, good response. Really good. Now, look, guys, it has to be said again. So let's rewind until Keane gets to the ball here. And at this point, look, there is Fernandez. This is Fernandez, guys, right? If I was playing Sandberg, there would have been a ball to Sandberg if I played it right here. But if I did so to Fernandez, who is level 10, not 11, so he has less speed than, most other forwards. Plus, it's the fact that he carries the ball too much, people. Too much towards goal. And here, that is in most cases, that is a penalty, yeah? To be fair to Fernandez here. But yeah, I mean, it isn't all, sunshine and rainbows or what. I'm not sure what the idiom is there, but what I'm trying to say is it's not always going to be a perfect happy time with Fernandez, I can't lie. So 3-5-2 confirmation there. Sunshine and rainbows, that's the saying, as far if I'm remembering that correctly. So we get the ball back, and now we're on to the attack again. So with the Prowler, safe guy, the Prowler. It's just that you don't have to give him the ball when he doesn't have players next to him. Ideally, he is that kind of player, guys. So yeah, now Simon to Novak. It is a foul, luckily for me. I'm not sure what foul the referee saw there. But yeah, Wolfgang plays it back. So nice, safe players maintaining the possession of the ball in a very difficult game. Because in games like these, you have to, guys, keep possession until you know where you can strike. And in the previous chance that we had with Fernandez, I actually thought that Fernandez would have got me something from that situation, but unfortunately he didn't, and that was that. So it's not always the ultimate trick that you can use to score. And now Fernandez does get close to goal, has a shot, and that's the 1-0 there. Nice piece of action by Fernandez, diving to space. Good skill, better skill than Sandberg. If you've noticed, he has a better shot than Sandberg, to be fair, even though in most cases that little difference doesn't make too much of a difference overall. And now this is a mistake. This is a mistake I actually thought about for a long time, because once we get the ball with Novak here, pressing with Novak, it's actually Sandberg that removes this guy's like header, potential header rather. So Novak was going to play the ball to Romero very easily, right? And instead I tried to go on the attack with Wolfgang, play it to Patricio, who just lost me the ball. And in that situation I knew I lost a goal, like I conceded a goal here. Sometimes it happens like that, guys, and you'll see the goal conceded very soon. 3-5-2 stuff here. Obviously the wings are always going to be a problem unless you're playing a 5-3-2, and that is a obvious penalty. I mean, the software was gonna give this guy a goal either way once I lost the ball. Now he goes in the middle, 1-1, fair enough, and that's how the game ends, as it happens. But yeah, this is just going to show you how this formation works at this point in time. Now, here again, not a very simple situation to kind of interpret. We have Bertini here, who does a good job to actually get to the ball here with good speed, and nice chance here by Sandberg, but the keeper is... yeah, we still created something, guys. We still create, and to create chances with this formation, it's not very difficult, but you have to know when to play the ball to your forwards and your strikers, and when to force that kind of decisive play that will hopefully get you a goal. So off to some player alternatives we go, guys. Okay, guys, now we are going to have a look at some player alternatives to the ones that I mentioned in the beginning of the video. Now, these are just the regular players that I would play if I didn't have the super players that I do have. Now, this is gonna be... the formation does change, guys. Now, obviously, you can play around with it and see for yourself whether you have better results than, you know, if you were to play this. But here's the premise, guys. So, in defense, obviously you're going to have now a very different time, because Simon, for example, is much better than a protector. Or at least he's very different. Now, a protector is still safe on the ball, just like Simon, but he has less speed and, you know, less response. Just a bit less response shouldn't be a big factor, but obviously Simon is a much better player, covers more of an area compared to a protector. Then we have the Explorer here, just a fast guy. Then the guard, who would be used instead of Sierra. I'm not playing these two right here because these two guys here are pretty slow, so you want to place... you always want to have a kind of like a good mix in defense and a good layout. So don't place two guys who are very slow close together, because, you know, on that side, if your opponent has a, you know, intruder, speedster, whatever, he'll catch you on the counter easily. Whereas if you spread your fast players around the defense, you'll have hopefully an easier time of, you know, having a better defensive line. Now, again, guard instead of Sierra. Sierra and the guard are precisely the same. It's just that Sierra carries the ball a bit more and he has just more, you know, better statistics. Then instead of Patricio, the Explorer, two exactly the same players basically in behavioral terms. They are really just exactly the same. Patricio's obviously improved. Same thing with Horvat and the Major, exactly the same, guys. We're not changing anything. It's just that Horvat is more of a one-touch player, and, you know, that can be a better thing if you want to avoid having someone who plays the ball a bit too much like Wolfgang. Then the Hammer and the Prowler, those are regular players, wouldn't change anything there in that case. Then instead of Sandberg, I have the Prowler because, again, guys, the Prowler is just a great player on the wing. I've used him for years there. Excellent guy. Then on the wing, this is the problem. Now that we've used, you know, if your captain is a Prowler and you have a Prowler here, you can recruit a friend captain and have a Prowler here as well, even though you'd have two of the same type of players on the wing, which is boring a bit, but I don't know. If it wins, I mean, it's entertaining, right? But yeah. The Intruder here will have the exact same problem Bertini does, in the sense that he will just carry the ball a bit too much towards goal, and in doing so he will get tackled without a foul most likely. But again, you can try him there. He's not a bad player here, and the same can be said with Sokolov the Menace. So Sokolov is a great striker, guys. He loves playing the ball back as well. Really nice player. Like, his focus is always on shooting. He will help you recycle possession at times, but he does dribble a bit too much, so you have to pay attention to that. But yeah, if you have tried this formation, just let me know of your results down below in the comments, guys. And if you have any suggestions or improvements that you see that can be done in this formation, I'd love to hear them out. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.